Family is a funny thing. It can be inherited, it can be chosen, it can be imposed, but in the case of Xi Jinping, it can also be imagined. Let me explain how. The Chinese president is on a tour, a whirlwind tour of Southeast Asia. The first stop was Vietnam, the second was Malaysia, and now the third stop is Cambodia. So 3 countries in 1 week, all stitched together by one grand narrative: the Asian family. That is Xi Jinping's new business pitch, the Asian family. But who is in this family? And why is the land-grabbing dragon suddenly promoting brotherhood? The answer lies in his tour. Today, Xi Jinping landed in Phnom Penh, the capital of Cambodia. Do you know who was waiting for him on the tarmac? Cambodia's king, Norodom Sihamoni. Not a diplomat, not a minister, but the monarch himself, rolling out the red carpet personally. This speaks volumes about the weight of this visit. Cambodia is no stranger to Beijing's embrace. China is, after all, their largest creditor. China has invested in a lot of projects in Cambodia, like roads and airports. Fun fact, Cambodia is also a major exporter to the US, and most of those businesses are Chinese-owned. So yes, this visit is about diplomacy, but more than that, it is about trade. Donald Trump is waging a trade war. He imposed tariffs on the entire world. Then he paused them for 90 days. In this period, countries should try to secure a deal with the US. But there's no relief for China. China faces 245% tariffs from the US, so Xi Jinping's visit has one main purpose: to present an alternative to the US, to pitch China as a reliable trading partner.
In the face of shocks to global order and economic globalization, China and Malaysia will stand with countries in the region to combat the undercurrents of geopolitical and camp-based confrontation, overcome the countercurrents of unilateralism and protectionism, and safeguard the promising prospects for development in our shared Asian home.
Xi's message is simple: resist America's bullying, join hands with China, and become part of this wholesome Asian family. And it's a message he's repeated multiple times in the last 1 week. In Vietnam, he spoke about shared history, protecting multiculturalism and multilateralism, and opposing hegemony. Vietnam is China's biggest trade partner in the region, so it was quite the charm offensive.
I chose Vietnam as the first stop in my first visit this year. This amply shows how highly China and the Communist Party values China-Vietnam relations.
Then in Malaysia, Xi tried to rake up the riz. There were multiple deals, handshakes, and laughter. China is Malaysia's largest trading partner. In 2024, China-Malaysia trade touched $212 billion. So the push was to build on it.
As of today, the 2 countries have united and cooperated to build a common destiny. Sino-Malaysian relations are entering a new golden age. The long history of friendship between China and Malaysia is nurturing, growing in cultural integration, and being sublimated in the midst of mutual benefits.
And now it is Cambodia, the final stop of his family vacation. But here's the problem: this Asian family is just an elegant metaphor. It is divided and constantly harassed by China. They may share history, borders, and even cultures, but they also share historical grievances, territorial disputes, and trade battles. Xi Jinping may be extending his arms right now, but until recently he was making news for drawing red lines, for using trade as a weapon, for militarizing the South China Sea, and for sending warning shots to neighbors who dared to lean west. Now he suddenly wants a family reunion, because he needs these neighbors to fight the trade war with Trump. He's offering brotherhood, a family, an Asian century. Will Southeast Asia take up this offer? Well, these countries aren't exactly spoiled for choice, but they must remember that the dragon has a forked tongue. They should read the fine print if they don't want to be the meat in a trade war sandwich. Southeast Asia must be cautious. These countries want investments from everyone. They want trade with everyone, but loyalty is to no one. So they're smiling for the photos, signing the deals, and quietly hedging their bets. Again, because Xi Jinping may want a family, but here's the thing about families, they never forget the past. And they don't trust the one who wants to be big brother.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
No, I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.
Clear up some